In another time. In another dimension. Bearded warriors. Trapped in an eternity of vapid space. Doomed to wander the galaxy. Broadcasting their nonsense to the void. This is StarCast.
Oh no.
And
I
live.
should
Perfect
never.
just dropped out.
Should
Oh, no.
never.
Perfectly timed.
Literally
Okay.
just dropped out the minute you said, and we're live. He's
I'm
coming back. There he is.
He's back.
He's back.
Welcome.
Holy crap.
Hello, everybody.
I should never
No.
have clicked on that link.
Which link was that? Meatspin.com?
No, that would be less torturous than seeing a bunch of stormtroopers in kilts.
Excellent. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
We have so much to talk about tonight. Oh, my camera's all off. Yes, so welcome to StarCast, a Star Citizen podcast, where we're going to discuss the latest and greatest information from the verse and be as vapid as we possibly can. If you don't know what that word means, it means...
Go look it up.
Look it up, yeah, I guess I'm going to explain it. We're very speculative.
Yep.
So,
Means we have spots all over ourselves.
we're very speculative too. Sorry, just moving the camera around. Alright, gentlemen, so how are you doing tonight?
Doing
I am apparently running on a very poor connection for some reason.
Yeah, it's doing some weird stuff. If he drops out, that's okay. We'll just trudge on, I guess. But the internet's been crazy.
So I may be in and out.
You're looking okay now, so don't move too much. We don't want to upset the speed of your...
Don't talk
I will
too
not
much
shake,
either.
will not shake the house.
Don't move.
Yes, fapid. Yes, we will be fapid tonight.
Ooh.
Says Senzen Star.
All over the place.
All over the place. Everywhere.
Okay. So, stuff about Star Citizen.
Yes.
Things have happened.
Well, before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about the overhead stuff we usually talk about. So, if you guys would like to ask us any questions, please put their questions in el braquetos. I think that's Spanish, and put it in brackets, and then we'll get to them a little bit later on. We are not developers; we're just extremely rabid fans, and so that's why we do this show.
It makes
So,
me
yes.
wish that I had a little piece of Alka-Seltzer so that when you said that I could put it in my mouth just be foaming.
Because you are. Also, one other thing I'd like to mention. Welcome to the new peoples. If you're here for the first time and you're looking to get in on that giveaway we're doing tonight, you're in luck. All you have to do is hit the follow button, and it starts our little Domobot program monitoring you being here. And the longer you watch, the more coins you get. We're going to be giving an Aurora LN away tonight. We'll get to more into the details later on how to do the drawing and all that. We'll do that in about an hour. When we do, just go ahead and we'll go through the procedure. But if you want to give this ship away to somebody else, you're winning the ship because you want to gift it to somebody else. Whoever it is, that person you want to give it to, we need their information. So you have an hour now to get that information, because the deal is they've just changed the way we do giveaways, or anybody does a giveaway. So you can't gift then gift then gift indefinitely. Basically, you have a one-time shot. And if you want to gift it to somebody, you give it to them, and then they can no longer get rid of it. Can they melt it down either? I don't think
They can melt it. They can melt it, but they cannot use that credit.
On another ship that they can give away. So,
Yes.
if you melt down an Aurora, you're buying a Freelancer. the freelancer you get is now permanently locked to you, and you can melt down that freelancer to get a constellation, but that constellation is permanently locked. Basically, it corrupts your ship, so you can never give it away to anybody else.
Yeah,
but not in a graphical way.
No,
not quite.
It just chains it to you.
He's gone again, and now Cor's got a red box on his chin.
Well,
what? I don't have a red box on my chin. Not on my chin.
On the stream,
Not yet.
You will do in a minute.
If you're confused, that is fine. We will cover that all a little bit later on. But the giveaway is at the end of the show, so hang on. The longer you watch, the more coins you get, so it's important. 1 hour to go pick up my car from Les Schwab to make it back in time. I need a ship so badly. I have no money for one yet. Alright, see you later, Sealin'. And little pew-pews is from people following, so there we go.
We can't hear him, though.
You can't hear the pew-pews.
We're oblivious to the pews.
To the pews. Alright, so let us get on with the show. So let's talk first off the hot topic of the night, multi-orgs. Multi-orgs.
Multiple O's.
Multiple orgs. Okay. Mr. Core of Existence, would you please like to explain multiple orgs and what it means to you as a person, a human being?
He's been waiting a long time for this question, I'm sure.
Oh, God. Now he dropped out of the call completely. Now everybody's all fucked up.
Pretty much, just in one word, fucked.
It's a good word.
Okay, so what they decided to do, because CIG in their infinite wisdom knows best, they decided to allow you to have only one main organization and about 9 affiliates. However, the affiliates that you join, you cannot have any power in. So you would be a part of that organization, but have no power to do any admin level responsibilities for that organization. So that means having it as a friends list is out of the question, since you cannot manage that list whatsoever. You're just a participant, not an active cog in the machine. So, this means that only in your main organization can you be a leader or have a role that extends beyond managerial capabilities or admin level capabilities that you would have in this organization. So, what they promised us in terms of having organizations as friend lists is complete bullshit. The multi-org system that they released today, which is basically Organizations 1.5, we're still waiting for Org Drop 2.0 because this is not it. That's pretty much, they've gone back on everything that they've said before. They said that there was going to be a friend list a long time ago, then they redacted that, said there's going to be no friend list, but you can make an organization that you can manage. Bullshit. They've now redacted that as well. You can now currently not make an organization that you can control if you want to be a leader in another organization as your main. So, this pretty much means that, once again, CIG knows best how to screw really up my day.
Now, why is okay? Let me ask you something. For a small org, what's the big deal?
No, none whatsoever.
Okay, but for an organization as big as Imperium, where does
for an
the
organization that tries to enforce its members to only have one affiliation, and main affiliation is main organization is something that you can't hide. You can redact it, but people can still see that you're part of an organization. So, as members of Imperium, we all try to enforce our members to set Imperium as the main organization, because that is pretty much what we request from them, to have us as their main focus. But in order for them to have a friend list, or, for instance, try to manage this type of friend list, is now impossible, because we're taking away the possibility for them to manage their friend list by having us set as an affiliate and their friends list set as their main organization. But the problem with that is
No, it's not you, Core.
I know.
Harris keeps calling, and he keeps moving everybody around, and I'm trying to say, just don't call in, please. Sorry, everybody. Give me a second. It takes like 30 seconds for him to get off the screen, and then we can... Okay.
Perfect.
Everyone's like, oh, that worked for nothing. No, I'm not having technical issues. It's Harris or Perfect Nerd, and he keeps calling in, and it's moving everyone on the Skype call all over the place. I'm back.
Well, Skype's having technical difficulties.
Skype is definitely having technical issues.
But yeah.
All right. Anyway, so yeah. Serious talk for serious tech issues. Yes.
So, yeah, what that basically means is that for larger organizations that want, their members to have us set as their main organization, which is the only way to show that they're truly a part of Imperium. Otherwise, they could just hide it or redact it, and it becomes impossible to track. But as long as they're set as main, it shows to us, a level of commitment.
Right.
But for certain situations and for certain places, we will, of course, make exceptions, as you well know, as two people in this fucking conversation know. But that's something that we just can't do for 3,000 members, right? Because then we'd have to check and verify every single main org that they create and manage and hold to see what, they're doing with it. And that's impossible for us to do. So we have to enforce that the main org that they join is Imperium, and that they set it to Imperium. And that is a crime to... we were literally taking away the possibility for them to have an active friend list because of this. And do we feel bad? Little bit, because we were promised more from CIG and we didn't get it.
Do you think it's just not coming?
I don't know if it's coming, but this right here proves to me that they did not think it through.
I reckon it'll come. I mean, they said this is like all organizations 1.5. They've still got 2.0. I reckon they wanted to get something out, and they're going to wait to see how bugs and things people bring up on this, and then roll it into 2.0. Hopefully, they will change that what you said, but from just quickly, I mean, as far as the small orgs are concerned, this is obviously definitely looking like a benefit for them because they can pick up extra members, like
That's just what happened with me.
Yeah, definitely. The smaller orgs, obviously, all these. I mean, my main org is Imperium still, and it's going to stay that way. But it would mean I can jump in and also be in Domo's org, or even Stakis' org if I wanted to go balls deep.
But you could never be a leader in all those orgs.
Indeed. No.
Now, what do you mean by leader? Are you saying that you can't even you can't become an officer in it, or the actual guild leader?
You cannot have any position of role. And the roles you assign to people are what gives them the power to do things within the organization on the RSI website.
Yeah.
So they could still have power, as in they could say that member is banned, but someone else that actually has the power would have to do it for them.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
But I guess with a small amount of players, that wouldn't be so unmanageable.
No.
But I can see mid-level, though, with, maybe a couple of hundred people, maybe, 100 or plus, that could then create a major issue if you've got a bunch of people that are in multiple organizations, but they can't do anything.
Especially because everything becomes a system. Everything, becomes a way of managing it from a standpoint that it becomes a well-oiled machine. Well, at least it becomes a machine. Whether or not it's well-oiled is something else we'll talk about, but it becomes a machine, and that machine has to keep rolling. And if, CIG, like now, just fucking sticks a goddamn primer in the cog and just goes, fuck you, it won't move it, then, yeah, that's...
I get the feeling this is causing you much anger.
Yeah, this is causing lots of anger to Core.
Yes, it has. I mean, we spent 2 hours talking about this. Up until, 1 minute before the podcast, I was still in the TeamSpeak talking about it. I mean, it's not like it's such a huge problem. It's just that CIG... or whoever they tasked to do this just didn't think about, the bigger picture. They just thought about, it'll be so easy, and yes, we'll have all these things. But no, you're basically denying people the right to have their own social friends list like they promised.
Which is what it really should have been in the beginning, anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't this what it's supposed to be? You're not joining multiple orgs to be in multiple orgs. You're just having your friends list so that you can hop in and play with them or whatever, right?
Yeah, that's right. So that you can then have them as a person of interest on your list.
Right.
But
now they're just forcing you to join an org.
Well, what they're doing is they're forced by doing that. Yeah, they're basically taking away your ability to be any sort of other active participant in other different organizations. If you wanted to have an active role in that, it's forcing you to choose. Like I spoke to Core about this the other day. I don't like any sort of system that forces you to choose one thing or another. If the whole point is the community and people being able to interact with each other. Mm-hmm. When they say no, you've got to choose this or this. It's like, well, what's the point of that? That's ridiculous. So, and I'm talking about like our discussion was slightly more centered on a different subject, but I'm talking as far as SIG's concerned, making us choose between different orgs it's a little bit silly, but.
Yeah, and again, I mean, it comes back to them or their original statement of no friends list, and everyone is still puzzled by the no friends list. So you're going to fix it with orgs? And they said, yes, we're going to make it accessible and easy, and that's not what we're seeing right now. What we're seeing is convoluted bullshit.
I think if out of is there nearly 450,000 citizens now? And I don't know how many of them are actively either in an organization or have an actual account.
Well, there's 400,000 organizations. I'm just kidding.
So well, then you could say if there's that many, if every one of those people gets turned around and told that no, you can't have a friends list, I think they're all going to kick up a stink and say, no, hang on, we want a friends list. So I think I'm pretty sure as long as the community makes it vocal that they want one, I think SIG will have to make one.
Well, they said they were going to do it by way of multi-org, but what they've released now is not what they said again. And unfortunately, all these things, right? They keep adding up. And I mean, I love SIG, but again, they delivered something different from what they said they were going to deliver, which is a little vexing, especially for the people who have to work with the org system on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question for Tren. You have not at this point yet chosen a specific organization yet, correct? Oh, okay. Maybe you have.
He's making one now, or maybe he can feel.
I was just going to say,
whatever he wants.
I'm not making one. I'm making 6 and trying to join them all and be an officer and all. No, I'm kidding. I'm not doing it.
I was just going to say, I wasn't aware that you joined any or were thinking. I was going to say from someone who hasn't yet.
I joined an organization about 45 seconds before the podcast.
You whore!
You
In my defense,
yes,
that organization is the base. It's not an organization.
I'll probably join them too.
That's okay.
What's this thing with 9 orgs? You said, Core? We can only be in 9 sub.
9 affiliates and 1 main.
Oh.
10
I've already probably filled that up already.
10 in total.
Invites.
Yeah. No, I was going to ask.
9 and 1 is 10.
Well, sorry, I can still ask Tren.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10 in total plus your main. Domo.
Yeah, I'm bad with the maths.
Don't even. So, did this new news affect your choice, Tren, as far as choosing an org to be a part of, or has that influenced your decision to make a choice at all?
No, it was Rico blackmailing me.
Probably
was what finally,
Is that where that picture of stormtroopers with kilts came from?
That was just on Twitter.
It was Rico. Hey, Tren, join our base. Look, stormtroopers in kilts.
We have cockies. Yes. It was. I get regimental under that. Can't you tell by the dandruff on my shoes?
Nelly.
So,
oh no!
Rico was like, you have to join this thing because I've created a special rank just for you.
What's it called?
Oh, it's the guy on the couch.
Very nice.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's apparently some reference to something. And
let me pause real quick for just a second. Everybody, there's a lot of questions going by in the audience. If you guys have questions, just please put them in brackets so that we can grab them and put them in the chat. Sorry, continue on, Trenday.
Yeah, some reference to some movie that I don't think I've ever seen.
Man on the Couch. Is that John Holmes movie?
No, that was the guy in Seika.
Oh, okay.
Adventures Inside Seika. Adventures Under Seika. Something with Veronica Mosier, but you don't want to watch that because she was really into scat, and it's just gross.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay, back on Star Citizen.
Oh, I guess as Tricky says, it's from Half Baked.
Oh, okay.
Excellent movie that I think has won a couple of BAFTAs and 2 or 3 Oscars.
With Jon Stewart in it. Very young Jon Stewart.
He He was wholly baked at that point.
Probably.
Okay, let's moving on. So we've done our rant for the multi-orgs. Let's talk about 10 for the chairman, and probably one of the coolest things, naming your ship Betsy.
No.
No?
No, I'm not naming. I've decided what I am naming my 2 Auroras.
Aurora.
Heckle and Schmeckle.
No,
it's gotta be
they're
Heckle
actually
and Schmeckle twins.
they're actually a gay couple, and they sit right next to each other in my hangar. So one is Patrick Fitzgerald, and the other one is Gerald Fitzpatrick.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
Or you should have been Ben Down and Philip McCracken.
Philip McCracken. Those are good names too.
Yeah.
And we were talking on H1Z1 the other day, podcast last night, and we were talking to them about possibly doing some kind of streamer item that we streamers can give away for H1Z1.
I thought you meant like a little ribbon.
The little streamers, yeah. You could run through H1Z1 with a streamer going, wee! No. So we were talking with them about that, and we were saying, well, what about like a hat or some kind of object like a magcast? He's like, well, honestly, one of the easiest things to do is a decal. And the reason I bring that up is in Star Citizen, that's what they're saying. So you'll be able to name the ship, and you'll be able to put some sort of decal on the ship that will be sort of a unique logo, sort of like a Vargas painting from the 1950s or something like that. Probably not fully nude, but whatever.
But just the fact that you'll be able to walk up to your ship in the hangar and it'll have the
That
whatever
Yeah.
on the side with the name on the side of your ship, that's pretty awesome. And I'm not sure whether they said it in the Wingman's hangar, but I think your scanners will actually, when you come in proximity to another player in space, your scanners may initially pick up the name of the ship.
But not necessarily the owner.
Yeah, not necessarily the person who owns the ship. So it might not be the owner piloting it, but it'll actually come up with the ship's name, so you know if Domo's flying the Wub,
Yes, the SS Wub.
the SS Wubs, and I come into proximity, and it'll show up. Oh, you were within proximity of the SS Wubs. Do you want to hail? Blah blah blah. So that's a pretty cool thing. I'd like that.
All right, we just got the fresh patch notes here. Let's see, complete patch notes here. I went to the complete patch notes, and I see Upkiss. There's a link at the bottom of the patch notes that say complete patch notes here, and you click on it.
It doesn't link to anything.
It doesn't go anywhere.
Nope.
All right, well, never mind. I was going to read off the amazing new news, but that's just not even it. But calendar for subscribers. What do you guys think? Nice little trinket for your...
Well, it's a calendar that's going to be in the subscriber store. You still got to buy it if you're a subscriber.
Oh, I thought no, they said you get 2 free gifts every month, right?
Well, no,
If you're a development subscriber.
Yeah, on Wingman's Hangar this week, they announced a subscriber store, and they said that this calendar, in-game calendar, is the first item you can buy in it as in-game flair. But it did say you had to buy it.
Well,
and it says there as well, you can also...
fudge'ems!
Subscribers can buy it and gift them to people as well. So if you're not a sub and you really want one of those calendars, you can just...
But anyone who subscribes this weekend will receive a calendar. So fuck everyone who's been subscribed for like the last 3 years.
No, I'm sure they're going to gift all of us, right? No? That's okay. I did exactly the same thing when I was doing my stream today. Everybody who subbed today got a copy of Outlast. All the rest of them, sorry, fellas.
But more important than that, all that really matters about this patch, it implements the towel.
Oh, yes, towel.
The towel is in from this patch.
Excellent.
I'm curious where they're going to put it, so I'll have to look around the
I
deluxe
don't know, maybe it's
and
going
see
to
where
hang
it
on the
is.
back of my calendar because I can't think of anywhere else to hang it.
Over the fish tank.
Maybe you can go in the fish tank.
They updated our Oculus Rift support, true stereo rendering, orientation prediction, keyboard to command toggle, and all that has to do with the Rift.
What about Track IR? That should be there.
Nope, no Track IR. Let's not talk about the low-hanging ceiling of Track IR because it's impossible for them to implement. Right?
Wait.
What?
Orientation predicting. How is it going to know if I'm gay or straight or whatever?
Or both. Or bi.
Maybe they check your jeans.
Well,
I don't wear them.
Yeah, he's pants shortsless. Yeah. Core, you're like really wound up about SIG right now. You're like so like rawr.
Just right now. Just
yeah.
Just when they release something that could possibly ruin my weekend.
He's a core rage.
He needs to go to a local cafe and get a hash brownie.
Wait.
It's because it's your birthday, isn't it?
And boom goes the dynamite.
Boom goes the dynamite.
That's why you're so upset.
welcome,
To
Alex.
people in America, it is still my birthday, yes.
Thank you, Alex Font.
Yes, Alex. Thanks for subbing, boy. Or girl. Or person.
It's probably a good boy, Alex.
Indiscriminate
it's actually
being.
that's an androgynous name, kind of, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm sorry, Cor. I'm sorry you're just so upset.
And
No.
he's sorry that it's your birthday. So.
Yeah.
We never said that yet. I was going to sing it to him later, but we can't sing it to him. This is going on YouTube, so it's
Well, I was.
happy birthday to you. Something like that. We have to change the melody.
Yes, because if they sing happy birthday, it's registered trademark and they'll have to get taken down.
Yeah. Sing it in a minor key so it sounds like a horror movie. So.
Just sing the one from Arrogant Worms. Sing that one. Sing the version from Arrogant Worms. It won't get flagged.
I don't know what that one is.
Actually.
I could find it if you want.
Yeah, Cor just turned
really.
21, everybody.
We don't care that much about you, really.
Yeah, I know.
20 years old and still young.
How do you know that? Did you cut him in half and count his rings?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Didn't have to cut him in half.
Sing it with death metal. Oh, that's a good idea. Good. All right, let's get on. So what else happened with the 10 for the chair? Not much, really, right?
There was a lot more...
you spent 10 minutes in the beginning just opening a damn box. It's showing us stuff that came from...
Work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody go, step back. I'm like, shh.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Cameraman, be quiet.
You know? Someone asked a couple of weeks ago why Chris Roberts wouldn't look into the camera while he does 10 for the chair. Yeah, I wasn't sure who it was. And it turns out there are two cameras. So he is actually looking at one of them in particular. It just so happens they revert back to a secondary camera with a close-up for 90% of it. But then they'll go back to a further back view and he's looking dead straight at the camera. It's like... Someone should message saying, "Can we just get him to look at camera 2 for majority of the time, please?" Because it does look a bit weird.
The problem with that is that then in the wide angle shot, he's looking off somewhere else, and that looks really weird.
But that's kind of that whole news interview thing. They set up 3 or 4 cameras, and they try to make it look like he's. But then they don't give him. It's not a real newsroom, so there's probably no lights underneath it, so he knows which camera to look at next. You know.
But that'd look a bit weird. First question is.
Yeah, exactly. And now I'm over here.
Will the Bandage Trader have this? Well, the answer is no. You know, it's a bit
weird. Shot counter shot looks like he's interviewing himself.
Yeah. Hey, at a Sergey Nowak, who just asked that question, we're going to probably skip that one for tonight. It's kind of a charged, heated thing, and I don't really want to. We were going to just skip over that one. Sorry,
leave
that potato alone.
Especially when he asks a question. And then, he's asking the question like this, and then he answers it like this.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Ada. I'm like, what?
No.
What are you talking about here?
No.
We're still talking about Mr.
Still talking about the guy who ruined my weekend.
Himself. By
the first line just of the multi-org. Never mind.
Yes, boiled down like the Colbert Report, where he's always kind of like moving his head, trying to keep away from the camera. But the camera's trying to keep up with him, where he's moving his head too.
All
right. Let's see.
I did watch 10 for the Chairman, but I wasn't really, other than naming a ship, I really that just took me off into another place, like, what could I name my ship? And then I didn't pay attention to the rest of it. I mean, I watched it and I was listening to what he said, but none of it was that impactful that it took over my fantasies of naming my, my constellation, the Long Johnson or something.
Yes, good name.
Ooh, Long Johnson.
Oh, Long Johnson. Yeah.
And then all you ship in that thing is tea. You've got a ship called Oolong Johnson, and you just ship tea.
Yes.
All you do is tea.
Yes. And you have a snub nose, right, in that ship, or snub fighter? And it's named Earl Grey.
That's a good one. Oh dear.
All right.
I'm going to play that now. Oh, that's funny. Sorry, Cora and I are laughing about a particular YouTube video from Oolong Johnson.
It's a cat who can only meow the words Oolong Johnson.
Oh, okay. I thought it was something else. But I thought you were talking about the tea.
I heard him say Long Johnson, and the only thing I could think of was, "Oh, Long Johnson!" The stupid cat.
What are you been smoking? I know you can smoke that shit over the Netherlands.
Look, I haven't been spit smoking. Remember back in fucking Jack?
Yeah, but weed doesn't count.
No. Sort of does. So.
Okay. All right.
How many pot brownies did you eat before the show?
Oh, yeah,
look, it's my birthday. All right, just give up. There's no amount of
freaking cake.
It was a giant hash cake.
It wasn't a cake. It was a brownie about this size. Just
no, we're not too vapid tonight. Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay.
I think we
just lost 12 viewers, by the way, in that little.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They're like piss off. I don't want to hear about doing oolongs. It's fine.
We're purposefully skirting around situations that could become quite intense and drag the mood down.
Speaking of which, well, let's get there because we should talk about the next Great Starship.
Yes, let's do that.
I'm going to grab a drink then because this is not my topic.
Oh, you could still talk? We already lost Harris. Just
I was kidding.
Internets and everything.
I was kidding.
So the two Russian teams, True and Troika, bailed out because they didn't bail out, but they resigned due to not being able to meet the time constraints. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what the thoughts on that are, considering I think it was True that had the very turtley looking type Russian tank, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Which was a bit disappointing. I personally would have liked to see them get the chance, I guess, to develop it slightly more and block out the inside. I mean, I was a bit skeptical about them to start with, but they sort of they lifted their game a lot considerably.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, but I'm going to throw this at Bod. Bod,
Yes.
Do you think they were taking the piss?
Ooh, True.
Yeah. No, Troika.
I don't know. Probably not. They're Russians. I mean,
yeah, I mean, that's the way they act all the time.
You know,
the Russians that should explain it.
I don't know, because when the show first started off, every time I saw a ship, I was like, "Holy crap, that thing looks amazing!"
Yeah,
and it wasn't the ship. It wasn't the ship they were putting in, and it wasn't until like the third or fourth episode in I started getting confused. I'm like, "What do they mean that they need more time to do their layout?" I just saw the ship and it was done. What are they talking about?
Yep.
And so it took a few seconds before it like snapped in.
yeah. The initial image they showed was definitely a hell of a lot better than what we saw later. But whether or not that's part of the reason they pulled out, who knows? Maybe.
From what I heard was they had a major issue with one of the team members, whether they weren't getting along with him or whether he wasn't doing his job and doing enough work in time or whatever. That was, I think, and it started fairly early in the competition too, from what I could gather. That's kind of why they were showing these fantastic pictures of previously designed work that their concept artists had done and not the actual ship, just because one of the members was dragging them down, so to speak. So that's the gist that I got from all of the bits and pieces that were put together.
Mm. Now, somebody in the chat is kind of making a little bit of a joke here, saying they can't hire Russians anymore because of sanctions, but that doesn't seem too unlikely right now with our heated sort of thing going on where they're constantly sending information and video chats over to the United States to talk with a company over here. Now, on the surface, the Russians could be saying, oh, it's just that kind of thing. It's just a game that they're setting up and doing. But there could be some level of paranoia there from the Russian government saying, knock it off. You can't communicate anymore with the United States right now during our little heated debates.
But
you think I'm being paranoid?
No.
Just a little bit. Trendane. Trendane, both of us were in the service during the Cold War. And so it's just that sort of, there's always that underlying suspicion of the Russians that I don't know if I'm ever going to get rid of, because they indoctrinated into us so heavily while we were there.
Then again,
what's that?
I'll say it as a foreigner. Then again, the US government's never done a very good job at instilling fear and paranoia into its citizens, has it?
Never. I don't know what you're talking about.
Not saying that back then there might not have been a cause, but their history goes against them in a lot of stuff. I don't think it was politically I just think if you looked at both of their ships, I just don't think either of them were as far along as they could have been, or as far along as the majority of the other competitors.
Right.
Maybe that's a naive view from my point, but I think it was just wholly workload related. But I don't know.
Morton says old men fight old battles. That's true. I mean, people that are still alive from the Vietnam era, which are a lot of still, probably still have a problem with the Vietnamese. It's just one of those things you can't ever get it out of your system. They get you to fight for a reason, and then they just then you get out of the military. But that thing that they indoctrinated you into just doesn't magically go away.
Well, then of course you've also got the sociopaths, which just switch on and off. Who they change their mindset on the go, but then again they're sociopaths.
With Troika, I think I mentioned this before, either on this show or on the base. And if I were Mr. Is it Giesling? Is that his name?
Giesling, Dan Giesling.
Yeah, Dan Giesling. If I had been him and I had been in play earlier in the process, I think one of the first things that I would have done with Troika as team ambassador would be to talk to their head guy and say, you have really got to stop bad-mouthing your team. I don't care how much they're screwing up. Just there was a lot of times where he was really kind of talking down about, even if only just that one guy.
He did seem like he was throwing him under the bus a few times, yes.
But so much of what he was talking about was negative. It's like, okay, yeah, fine. So you may have missed this particular thing. Don't be that negative about it. It got to a point where I didn't want to listen to him talk anymore. I didn't care how much potential they had to do what it was. There was so much negativity coming from him. I didn't want to see what they would come up with next. I was just reverse the polarity on your EPS conduits or something, but just find a way to be a little bit more upbeat and a little bit more positive about it. Don't tell me what you've done wrong. Don't draw my attention to that.
Yeah.
Talk to me about what you're going to do.
To fix it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
right.
That was just it was so different. I wanted to get behind Troika very, very badly because I liked the designs that they were working with, but they just lost me with the guy who was dragging their feet, be damned, I have no idea what he did or didn't do. Everything I have to base my opinion on was this guy talking about the team and all of the negativity that surrounded it. I was just like, okay, I don't even want him in the thing anymore.
Sunday of Doom said exactly what I used to do. I usually skip ahead from their submissions to that guy's activity. I would fast forward so I could look at their ship, what had changed on it, and I wasn't even listening to it. Like, okay, and then I just go ahead to the next ship. Every time.
Well, who knows, Trent? The reason the other guy might have stopped doing any work is because of the way this guy was talking about him constantly.
It's possible.
Who knows?
Oh, wait,
it might have been
they're saying this patch contains information about the dogfighting module.
They posted the patch notes, the proper patch notes.
I'm looking at the patch notes. They don't.
I don't see anything here for dogfighting module.
No, it's just a prep patch, isn't it, for the DFM?
Okay.
Had a damned if you do and damned if you don't kind of thing, and it just it just kind of bothered me. I don't remember any other teams that really had that problem. I mean, there were other teams that said this was a problem that we had,
right,
but we're going to do this. There was always a here's the upside, kind of thing.
Maybe that guy was just set up as to be the ambassador of that team because he's the only one who can speak English.
It could be.
And he just didn't have very good skills talking to people. He was like one of those people that just better off just keep him in the back and let him work on stuff. But
or maybe what he was trying. Maybe he was thinking he was positive, but he was using the wrong word.
Good old Russian positivity.
Die in a fire. Okay.
Maybe he wasn't drunk enough to be positive.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We ran out of vodka. I only like American vodka, and we're out of it.
Yeah. But let's talk about the teams that did and didn't make it.
Yes, okay. Infinite Shoe Monkey. Now, when I first saw Infinite Shoe Monkey ship, I said, what the fuck is that? It was like a brick. And I was like, okay, we're flying around space in a brick. Now, watching what they did since then shows incredible growth. Now, the ship's still a bit crap looking on the outside, but the inside, the details, the little movements of things as doors opened and hatches moved, and I was like, holy crap! Like, they just basically took something that was just crap on the outside, made a beautiful inside, sort of like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, it's sort of like a brick building on the outside, and inside it's just, come with me and you'll see. And so that's what I'm saying. I was like, holy crap, this is beautiful on the inside. I really wanted to walk around that ship once it's done. What did you guys think?
Yeah.
Except Core.
They really made a lot of progress, definitely this week, for sure. I mean, it was a ship that I liked, but it moved up my list quite a bit after last week.
Yes.
He definitely had the most change, I think, over the ships we saw.
Yeah, with not this latest one, but the one beforehand, when they just did a revision video on their on the YouTube or whatever, I looked at that, and they weren't as far ahead as they were in 1.11, but definitely they'd done a lot of internal detail and stuff, and that shuffled them from sort of mid-tier up to like my top 3, and with the latest Starship vid, they definitely took top place. For me personally, I love it. Even though a lot of people are like, I don't like the outside, it looks like a brick. I can't for the life of me remember the gentleman on the panel that is the cryo
Engine guide? Yeah, I know what you mean.
I can't remember his name.
What's trending?
No, just whenever he gets going, talking about
he's
warp core phase induction and
so nerdy, isn't he? But it's like
so funny.
It's
And
great.
It probably makes a lot of sense to people who are 3D modelers, but the rest of the public were like, huh?
He's like, huh, what? And Sandy's kind of like, what?
It reminds me of a scene in Event Horizon, right in the beginning when they're about to head out. And he's like, well, in layman's terms, and he starts describing, tensor dynamics, and like the guy's like, okay, fuck layman's terms. Do you speak English? That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah. But he made a good point that although in its blocked out form and current situation it looks very blocky because it's got some very large flat areas that haven't got high detail and stuff, he said with the implementation of PBR certainly could change the entire look of the ship just by having the right selection of material for those surfaces to be, because it's going to create reflections and all sorts of anomalies with the light. And he said, once they implement it in engine with PBR, the thing will just look completely different. So I'm holding out for that, because I saw some sneak peek pics where they did different material changes on the Hornet. They released a couple of different ones where it was like a woven material. There was one that kind of had like a chemical finish on it. Like, that look when you look on the ground and there's a little bit of petrol or oil and it's got that sort of rainbow color that had that sort of tinge to it. And I thought that would look really cool on a bunch of ships as well. So,
I was going to say here, there is Kin Shadow. Are you the Kin Shadow from...
The one who had his questions asked twice.
Well,
one of which in video.
Yeah, the video was
this
good. That's what I was saying. I was like, Kin Shadow, he's famous.
famous.
He does a show. Okay.
And Talon Corp was the other one that went
What happened to
through.
our name tags?
You got a stiffy for Talon Corp?
Maybe.
What about the ship?
I don't care what ship.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Talon was the other one on my favourite list. Maybe partly because I want to support a Brit, but his ship definitely looked nice too.
Talons is coming along good.
Yeah.
Do you think
And the
that...
fact that he did the 3D print of his ship. Oh my god.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was amazing.
It was like, and they even reacted to it when they saw the video. They said, "So I printed the ship." And they're like, "Whoa!" I was like, "Whoa, okay."
That's pretty cool.
Yes, Kin Shadow is internet famous, yes.
Sweet.
All right. So, what do you think about the other ones that were kicked out? Like, they got rid of Troika, of course. We got rid of... What do you think about next week is what I meant to say. I'm sorry. So who's coming up next week that we have to look forward to? I'm trying to remember their names. That's the worst part. I know their ships, but their names is like...
Isn't Four Horsemen?
Yes, Four Horsemen, which I'm really looking forward to.
They're a big favorite with a lot of people. On the YouTubes and on the forums, everyone's Team Four Horsemen. So there's those guys.
Cryo was good. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, Cryo got the least amount of votes out of all of them.
Do you think he changed too much? Like he tried dropping the Paladin thing and going to like this ship that pleased everybody deal?
I didn't like the shape of his ship to start with, but I liked the fact it was different. And then
Really
when his new revision is like,
yeah, I like that. I did like the original one. I did like the fact though, as I think Squirrel said in chat, that he came up on the show. He came up with a bunch of variants as well this week, and he put a lot of work into those, and that was really, really good.
Oh, try and Simapan. Oh, I'm really looking forward to Shimapan. Yes, Skyguard. Yeah, there's gonna be some good ones coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, this next week's gonna be good. As a matter of fact, they did that little preview at the end of the end of Wingman's Hangar, and they're all sitting there going, "Okay, that one's finished. They don't have to do anything else." And I'm like, "Who's that? I gotta see who the hell that is." That was such a tease. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. No, you did not miss the giveaway. We're going to talk about that in about 5 minutes. Everybody, we'll get started for the giveaway in about 5 minutes.
yeah.
So go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was just going to mention that a lot of the people were sort of like, "Oh, all these really good ships have been voted out." Well, there's still going to be a safe vote, from what I remember.
Mm-hmm.
There's still you're going to have your chance to vote for the ships that weren't necessarily just streamlined through, and also Chris Roberts was hinting very, very heavily on the fact that so many of these ships are good. I would bet money that once the whole next Great Starship competition is finished and the winner's been declared and they've been showered with gold medals and kisses from Leia, that I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of these other top-tier ships get maybe a little under-the-table deals from SIG to possibly get their ships implemented later on down the track. You know, I seriously believe that that's a very big possibility, because Chris was he was really adamant that he wanted a lot of them.
That's
very possible, and also they're basically getting these ships designed for free instead of the 100,000 it cost for them to make it Idris again and again and again and again until they got it right. But I wanted to mention something. It's been said in the chat, but I figured I'd say it again.
Yes.
There's a second patch for the Hangar update, which has nothing to do with the patch notes. This is a 4 gig update.
Wow. PBR? That's the only thing I can think of. 4 gig? That's got to be huge.
Whatever it is, it says Hangar updated with a minor update, which is the patch notes, which was only 150 megs. Mm-hmm. But there's a second patch for about 4 gigs, so...
Better do that right after the show ends up tonight.
That's almost as much as the entire Hangar module itself, isn't it?
Well, I'm downloading it now. It's at 20 megasec, so it'll be
all fuzzy.
I'll see it in a second.
We can see. I mean, I reckon it's probably... It could be some of the new textures in the background ready for the patch. But if it's something like that, then we can expect to see someone hack it to bits over the weekend.
Oh yeah, it'll be
our friend Anything FPS will be in there.
Anything FPS.
Yeah, Anything FPS. He'll be putting up videos tomorrow where he's flying loops and shit.
I mean, if it's at that size, there's got to be something new in there for it to be that big.
Yeah.
Maybe the real freelancer variants.
Oh, Kinshadow said not PBR. Wingman said that's later. Oh well.
Well, whatever it is, it's definitely
Asteroid Hangar. Yes.
Either it's preparation for something, or it's just us re-downloading the dump file because why the hell not? Because the original dump file is 4 gigs.
It's most likely preparation for DFM. Yeah, it might be the maps for DFM that we can't see, but he'll have them released.
It would make sense that they do it now rather than when they announce whatever that big patch is going to be for, because you know what happens when everyone's like, okay, this patch has got DFM. Every bastard and their dog's going to be download, which is going to probably smash their servers or whatever. So if they sneak it in now and it's just like, oh yeah, by the way, there's going to be a patch and get it, just do it when you can. And then they do a little small patch when DFM comes out and that just sort of, activates whatever's been downloaded.
Rust Knuckle, I can't imagine that 4 gig is for Oculus support. I can't.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And also, as much as I believe in the power of the towel, I think the towel was only worth 3.5 gigs.
Or 3.8 at the most.
I hope it emanates.
Oh shit! I'm gonna know no new hard drive for Star Citizen. I bet, Malik, you probably will. All right.
I want to put the towel in front of the fan.
And watch it spin.
Just need to get rid of that folder named German porn.
Yes, get rid of the German porn folder. It'll free up at least 100 gig, maybe a terabyte. Okay, so let's get started. You guys ready? All right, so we're going to start our Q&A section in just a minute. When we do that, you guys will start answering the questions. You are still free to ask questions and stick them in the brackets. We'll try to get to as many of them as we can. But I'm going to now explain how we're going to do our giveaway, and if the gentlemen want to get up and go get a drink or go potty or something like that, that's fine.
I'll grab a drink.
Yeah. All right, so how we do the giveaway is this. If you've been here before, you are a follower, you automatically start earning Domo coins. The Domo coins is our loyalty-based system, so the longer that you're here, the more you watch, the more coins you get. If you're just a regular follower, you get 1 coin every 15 minutes. If you're a subscriber, you get 5 coins every 15 minutes. Tonight's giveaway is for an Aurora LN Legionnaire version with yellow paint. There's a scuff mark on the right landing gear. I was putting it away, and I might have dinged it against one of the walls. But, yeah. Because this is a public giveaway tonight, it is going to be a 1-in-1 giveaway.
Okay, so it's a equity raffle?
It's an equity raffle. Everybody has an equal shot at getting this. It's not... Usually what we do for, like, subscriber only, or maybe what we're trying to, we're giving away a large ticket item, we do a open raffle, meaning that if you've got 100,000 Domo coins, you can dump them all if you want. Tonight is an equity raffle, meaning everybody can just put in 1 coin, and that's the max you can go, so it's going to be completely more fair to everybody. There's 177 people watching, probably about 150 chance. Well, you have a 1 in 150 chance probably of winning this ship tonight. As I said earlier, this is going to be the way the game packages work. Yes, this is a full game package Ranger XML. The way these packages work is where whoever I give it to, you get it. You can't then give it away to somebody else, which we could do in the past. Nowadays, the way they've changed the gifting system, I can gift you the ship one time, and then you have it forever.
That's it. Yeah.
You
And
can
if
melt
your
it
plan is to win it and then give it to somebody else, if you win it, don't give Domo your information. Give Domo the information of the person you want it to go to.
Right. There is no rush at all. It's in my hangar. It's nicely polished. I have it's heated in there, except for the scuff mark, which I'll try to get out later on. I'll give it a good rubbing, and then.
Did someone start the raffle? Because everyone's
buying tickets.
Started yet, so
I don't know why you guys are buying tickets. I did not say go.
I've got it queued ready to go, but I'm like, I haven't hit enter yet, so I'm wondering why they're all buying tickets.
Everybody stop with the tickets. You're just going to confuse. You're going to confuse the bot, and he's going to give up and quit.
He's
right. Very sensitive.
Not only that, you will have think you bought tickets when you did not.
Right.
That's right.
So nobody bought any tickets.
I have a nice bottle.
I'm just being a sheep. That's fair enough. All right, so we can go ahead and get started. Go ahead and stock us if you want to start it up. We're going to do our Q&A, and then at the end is when we give it away. The raffle is now open. You may buy your tickets. You can only buy 1. So if you type an !ticket, you're in. Okay?
No, Ranger. Exclamation point, not at ticket.
Yes. Exclamation point, ticket, space, 1. And there you go. Okay, so Mr. Bod, would you like to be our question reader for this evening? He's eating something. Maybe
he's eating something. I was about.
Yeah, I was eating something. Yeah.
Someone asked cheese and peanut butter, so it's gonna be like 30 minutes before you.
Sponsored by 1915's Cola Bottle.
Well, this Domo. Who was it? The kind lad/lass who donated this for us to give away?
His name is Geekdomo.
I've heard of him.
Yeah.
Ooh, that chap.
He's. By the way, you're starting to move outside of the frame of the picture.
I'm slipping away. I'm sorry. I'm standing up, guys. I'm using my standing desk. Like so. Standing away. Okay, I'll come back. Okay. Yeah,
someone asked what it was named, so I was going to say whoever donated the ship should call it and name it.
Nah, we'll let them name their own ship.
I was going to say call it the
Legionnaire's
Krusty
disease.
Sock.
Yeah, Krusty Sock. That's a good one.
in
Happy Sock.
If it gets renamed, we'll find you, we'll hunt you down, we'll kill you.
right.
I have an Idris.
That's right.
Yes, we are giving away an Aurora LN tonight. Now, next week, big news. Clifford, a.k.a. Miku, is giving us a freelancer giveaway. Now, whenever we do proxy giveaways from fans or followers or whoever, they call the shots. Okay? Mm-hmm. Clifford, a.k.a. Miku, has said that the next 2 ships we're giving away are subscriber-only giveaways. So if you would like to do that, you just subscribe. It's $5, and you get your chance to get in. Plus, you get a lot of other benefits of being a subscriber, but there we go.
Like earning 5 tickets per minute.
5, yeah.
1.
For all kinds of
coins.
stuff.
5 coins per minute.
So, freelancer next week, the following week, and 2 weeks from now, we're giving away a... Say it, Trendane. Say it in a good, deep, Scottish, guttural voice.
There's no R in it, though. It would sound so much better with an R.
Okay. How about... Balaclava. We're giving away a balaclava.
Okay.
What?
I don't know.
Balaclava.
I don't...
Just
There's
say
no R,
burglar.
It's a burglar. No, that makes me think of Taggart. There's been a murder.
Exactly. We had a Scottish person at the line, and it was so ridiculous because they had to say murder, and then we made them say burglar. They were stuck for like 15 minutes.
All right, hold on. Before we get into saying what we're doing, yes, you can now do subscriber only to giveaways. It was a new change to the terms of service about a week and a half ago. Mm-hmm. So,
and
all right,
it will be it'll be a constellation.
A constellation.
So we are giving away Orion, the constellation.
Actually, this is what hangs up under Orion's belt.
Oh, hey.
Yes. So a freelancer next week and a Connie the following week. Murder.
Oh, I can't do it.
But
There's been a murder.
Yes. It's okay, UL20. It changed to nobody. It was like really kind of under the radar. They made the change to say you could do, and I don't have to ask anybody what country they're from anymore or anything. So
yeah,
they went back to their old stuff. It was crippling them.
It was a little bit ridiculous. They went completely overboard, but
yes.
Understandable considering what the original infraction was about.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really silly. All right. So go ahead, Mr. Bod. Would you like to go to our first question of the evening?
Sure. From Red Snare, his question is, on the last 10 for the Chairman, Chris Roberts made a comment about finding an abandoned craft whilst exploring, being attacked by creatures. What's your thoughts now? What's your thoughts now? It looks like we're going to be able to fight space creatures. And what are we likely to see from the SIG team? Space creatures. Interesting.
Unicorns.
Yes, space unicorns.
Burglars.
Burglars. Space unicorn burglars.
Space burglars. See, now I just think of the Hamburglar inside the ship.
Just sneaking
the Hamburglar.
Rabble. Oh shit!
You're slowly making your way through the galley of the.
And boom goes the dynamite.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Oh,
sorry,
baby.
Corix, thank you for subscribing. I changed the thing from being the big Domo coin with the wub or the dub wub stuff. I just made it Cleveland when he's going wait, and boom goes the dynamite, which I think is much more appropriate for our show. So, welcome to the tribe, Corix. Thank you.
Yes.
All right.
No problem.
Awesome combo.
We got a train going.
Because this one is Dr. Love 24/7.
He is Dr. Love 24/7. Thank you, Dr. Love. Appreciate that. Okay. Well,
no. I mean, if the design of the Vandal and the sort of iterations they went through in the design process is anything to go by, they have the ability and the talent to come up with some pretty terrifying shit. So, space kittens. Oh my god! But I can just see them like these ferocious scaled space kittens that'll bite your wang off if you get too close to them.
I just hope we won't see aliens. And when I say aliens, you know the trademarked aliens I'm talking about.
Xenomorphs.
No, aliens.
Aliens.
Aliens TM.
right, I think we've covered the spirit of this question. We have about 800 more, so let's
let's go.
let's scoot on to the next one.
Okay, we got one from Cyberwolf. When we eject, we can hit escape to get a cutscene of our rescue to the nearest planet. If this is real time, what's to prevent an enemy from blowing you and your rescue ship up?
That's a good point. Like you're watching this beautiful cutscene, you're floating in space, and all of a sudden the guy's out there going, and then you're totally triple combo. Silent. Wow. Woot woot. Thank you, Silent. Welcome to the tribe. Sorry. Combo breaker.
Why is it a breaker? He's comboing.
Well, that's just a triple combo. You guys can't hear the cool sound effects.
Oh, right.
That's true.
Yeah.
But why? Yeah, remove the breaker bit because breaker means
He didn't know that it didn't go triple. It didn't go. It just triple combo, and then he said combo breaker. Yes.
I got you.
Get to the question, assholes. Okay, sorry, Cyberwolf. We're getting there. What was the question again?
Something about ejecting.
Oh, ejaculating.
Yeah,
What's to stop you getting shot down? If
when
you
you've seen the real-time rescue.
I'm going to throw it out there and say an instance, a mini instance.
That could be it, yeah.
Would hope it was.
I don't know.
You wouldn't even better do anything about it, like wave your arms or, flip him off, because you'll be watching a cutscene.
Maybe the cutscene is the animation, right? It doesn't necessarily mean the cutscene is the cutscene. It might just be the animation for you fucking hitting the eject.
Yeah, what if you're already safe when that starts? I mean, we don't know yet.
No, I think whilst you're doing it, what you're actually seeing is what's happening in real time. Mm-hmm. So if the guy decides to shoot you whilst you're ejecting, I think that it's just part of the cutscene. Maybe no.
He's talking about once you eject, because you can hit eject and then float around in space as just a guy in an EVA suit just hurtling around in space. But then you get an option to hit a button which then takes you to a cutscene where a rescue vehicle is coming and picking you up and taking you back.
Yeah, no, then you're out.
He's talking about that particular scene where the cutscene's going because you can't do anything. I mean, obviously, if you're a cadaver floating in space, you're just fresh meat for someone to come and pick off.
I think there's two options they can do there. Either it becomes a localized instance where, like you guys said, you'll already be safe by the time the cutscene starts because you've already hit save me. Mm-hmm. Or there's an actual ship that appears out of nowhere from behind the nearest asteroid and flies to you, and other people can still blow that up. Mm-hmm. Don't know if that'll be allowed.
I think it should be a Banu merchantman that runs over you like a bus.
You're on the windscreen, and it's like,
and it needs to be a percentage chance. Like you hit the button, and you're just basically floating in space, waiting for something to happen, and like this party boat comes by and looks at you and goes, "Hey,
looking good, man." It's like, rescue me. I got a lift. Sorry, man, it's against company policy. We can't pick up hitchhikers. See ya.
A freelancer with a big peace sign and some flowers painted on the side. Hey, man, you okay? We're heading to Coachella. You want to come?
Smoke coming out of everywhere. I think your ship's on fire. No, man, we're blazing. You know what I'm talking about?
We're doing a full burn.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Next question.
Okay, this is a Red Snare again. With the DFM due out and in true spirit of dogfighting, do you think it would be good to have a slot on Wingman's hangar like Move of the Week, where someone who really knew how to pilot a craft could show off what could be done in true dogfighting style?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah?
Yeah, maybe.
Titanfall do that, where if you do a particularly ridiculous move in your Titan or something like that, or a particular combo, and you've got it captured, you can send it into them, and they'll put it on their YouTube. Like every week, it's like the top 5 moves of the week. So there's nothing to say that they couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Next.
Okay, Limbless Carpet.
Nice
name.
Limbless
I'm trying to picture a limbless carpet.
Well, most
they're all
carpets
limbs. I mean, do we have any with limbs?
Yeah,
I think it's called a koala.
Skin. Yeah, bearskin rug.
There. Do we know whether players' inventories will be limited in space or weight? For example, a character would need to decide whether to bring a rifle or a repair kit along. And what do you feel about... what do you feel inventory should be done and why? So I don't...
Probably be... sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying that's should only really come into effect with the FPS type mechanic, shouldn't it, really?
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on which way they go. Either they go with, a cargo system where weight matters, or they go with a slot system where weight doesn't matter, but certain items can be taken up by certain slots, and then they categorize the items by weight, which technically mean, like a backpack that weighs 50 or, whatever. But it'll be one or the other. So it'll be highly customizable weight system or a very limited slot system. So, yeah.
The impression I got from the question was very much like XCOM, where you can take like a pistol or like a grenade or a healing kit or whatever, med kit kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
But like how most FPS games solve that now is by having slots. Like for instance, in this slot you can only put grenades or concussion grenades or flashbangs or whatever, but you can't put those in another slot. So if it's a weight system, you could arm yourself to the teeth with grenades, as many as you want, as long as you can carry it. But with a slot system, you could only have one type of grenade in that one slot. That's like the difference between the two systems.
That would make sense.
Yep. It depends on which one they choose.
Did chat
really.
just completely die?
Looks like it.
No?
No, I saw your test.
Are you
Seen a test.
You guys dead?
It stopped on the screen.
Yeah.
That's probably just a browser.
No, it's the
Yeah, your thing goes. Your plugins stopped again.
yeah.
It's still going. It's still going
really
in chat though.
flaky lately. All right, continue on. I apologize. I'll just do the old school method. I'll just grab it.
Okay, next question was about Perfect's beard, but he's not here. Apparently.
Yeah, we lost the Perfect.
So
He still has a beard.
But
He
it
doesn't have a
happened. The change happened when he moved in with his parents.
I'm sorry.
Oh, did he chop it off again?
No,
No, he
getting
had
quite
it
long.
right before the show.
Oh, I thought I maybe lost it. It fell out.
all right.
Like in the last hour?
Yeah, he's got alopecia of the face.
He's probably sitting behind his PC, dripping it out as we speak because he can't be on the show.
So he may not be there next week.
all right.
Cyborg74. On this week's Wingman Hangar, they showed how David Ladyman mocks up the economy system of the game by creating a simplified board game. Would you be interested in buying your own copy of this, or a user-made board game that's currently being shown on a forum?
Yes,
Sure.
I would totally do it because we just started playing Firefly, the board game, and it's a lot of fun and really convoluted with lots of pieces and markers or whatever the hell they're called, but definitely a lot of fun.
I would rather see updated ships that don't look like little rocket ships that are stuck to a coin with a piece of chewing gum. But I'm sure they'd do that. I'm sure they do. The close-ups, I was like, is that spearmint?
That is,
know,
that was bubble yum.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yes, I got the chat working again, guys. It's just old school
Counters.
counters.
That's
Yes,
what they're called.
counters. Yes. Night Kai 1 says, "I see no change in my hangar." Sorry, Night Kai. We don't know what exactly that 4 gig was for.
Yeah, well, if you're a brand new subscriber, then you wouldn't see the tab.
Oh wait. Oh.
If you was a subscriber before 42 million, you should have a towel somewhere. That should be at least one change.
I thought you were talking about subscriber on Twitch. I was like, what?
No.
All right.
No.
Do you see how many bloody dice they had? Yeah. I think they're just basically, that's not really meant to be a production thing. I think they just worked that out because they want to they just wanted to test the theories of the gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's a really cool way of doing it.
Yeah.
That if it works in a board game, or I should say tabletop, not board game specific. I mean, it is kind of a board game, but if it works in a tabletop fashion, then the rules hopefully should translate over very well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool.
Yep.
Next question.
Next, Joan.
next one's a Cyborg special.
Oh boy.
How do you guys feel about the third person versus first person debate? The exact same debate came up with MWO, and frankly, it was a whole lot of nothing since like MWO, Star Citizen will disable the HUD, which effectively nerfs third person view.
It nerfs the living shit out of it, yeah, I'll grant you that.
But
given
having...
Go ahead. No. No, you go.
Sorry. The biggest issue I've always had with third-person view is that it takes you out of your perspective and allows you to see around corners. Always hated this about everything. And if you're in third person and the other person's in third person, you're looking at each other, and you're like, I can see you, you can see me, but we don't have to look. This is bullshit. This is not first-person shooter material. This is GTA 5 type combat. Leave it there.
The perfect example of that very thing is when they were doing the demo and he tucked in really tight behind that piece of space debris, and he was up in the shadow and he had all his lights off and everything. In third person, you would be able to get up on the other side of that thing, swing your camera around, and see him there with no problem. But, if in first person, you'd have no clue that he was there. So I fully recognize and agree that, but I think that the trade-off, because, given the fact that your HUD is going to be gone, is going to cripple your ability to fly. In any kind of combat sort of thing. I think once you get into combat, I think 99% of people are going to switch back to their first person because you can't function without your HUD. So
right,
yeah,
it's probably just more for running around. Yeah,
so you can see your pretty ship.
Pretty ship.
Okay.
Next.
Got a question from Mr. Stompy, which I know Core would love to answer.
All right, good.
Being part of both, from Mr. Stompy, being part of both the older gamers and dies, will I still be able to hunt and kill Domo? So I guess basically what he's saying is, can you kill someone in one of the orgs you're in?
Well, you can, but...
Yeah, I believe it's fifth freedom. It doesn't matter who you're affiliated with. If you pick up a gun and put it up to Geekdomo's temple, you can still pull the trigger in real life. You should be able to do it in the game.
Please don't do that. Please.
Don't do that. This is just an example. But like real life, you should be able to. And if SIG decides to take that out, everyone will get really upset, and they'll put it back.
I think that's sort of almost, I don't know whether it's part of the game though, isn't it? To infiltrate a particular organization as a part of a different organization to then maybe help take down someone from the inside.
That's why I think this is probably a good thing. Just how they implemented it wasn't so great.
So
I think it goes back to something that Aaron commented to you about the interview at PAX. When he mentioned about the espionage, and you need to be careful who you bring on board your ships and stuff. So you got to trust people.
I've been saying it for I don't know how long. I would imagine anyone on my ship could blow the back of my head off and take my interest. That's just the way that I think the game should be, and I'm pretty sure that everyone over at SIG feels the same way because there has to be an inherent risk to bringing someone on board your ship.
Why would they disable fratricide?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the fratricide.
Well, they don't have to technically be, it could...
Okay.
I've always been your enemy, is what I'm trying to say.
Next question is from someone. I'm gonna do a demo on this guy's name, which is it Atasoji Nowak? Atasoji Nowak.
Is that a thing now? Doing a domo on a name?
Doing a domo on a name. But he's basically said, "What do you guys think of the new subscribers to what got added?"
The calendar's nice.
Yeah, it's neat that they finally. They mentioned about the perks for the subscriber a while back. It's good to see it finally implemented. But as a non-sub, now I'm actually seeing that there. It's maybe swaying me to do it just to get more junk.
A lot of people are, and I think this is something somebody in here wanted to talk about, but I think some people might be getting worried that the more things are slowly being shifted to subs, that might start causing a little bit of chaos.
Well, in Wingman's Hangar, the YouTube video, if you go through the comments section, a guy by the username of 2Veki, I think it's number 2VEKI, I think, had mentioned that he was worried that this game is eventually going to become, all the really cool stuff goes to the subscribers and the rest of you, which, when I mentioned it to James, because as soon as I saw it, I was like, we see this coming up, and I know, Corey, you mentioned, this again, because it comes up a lot.
Yeah.
And, I talked to James Pugh about it, and he was like, there is absolutely nothing that the subscribers will get that will give them a gameplay advantage over non-subscribers. Everything is strictly cosmetic. It's like hats or skins in League of Legends or Dota. It has no impact whatsoever on gameplay at all. And I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
Done.
That's why, but there's all, it's that whole, honestly, I think a lot of times it's just people that don't have much money, right? Mm-hmm. That sort of, and I'm not knocking people that have money, obviously, right? I'm not wealthy myself. But if people that don't have a lot of money and they look at it as it's something else that they can't have, and they get a little bit worked up over it, and they start calling it pay to win or favoritism or things like that.
I also think that one of the other things that he mentioned was that $44 million should be enough to do anything. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of people who are going, you clearly don't understand how game development works.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And unless I miss my guess, the $44 million is for the game development. That does not include our subscription fees. That does not include our backer, stuff or any of that. Well, maybe the backer stuff, but not the subscription fees. That our subscription fees are the extra money that is not part of the 44 million or however much it's up to right now. It's the extra, that's off to the side so they can do all these nice little extracurricular things, which eventually do get shared with everybody. It's just we get the first look because we're the ones providing the money for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing in the game that I will possess that someone else can't get earning their way through the universe the hard way.
Yeah, remember, it just because we have access, or people who are subscribers now have access to the subscriber score and can pay $5 to have their calendar, doesn't mean that once the game is out, you can't then instantly turn around and spend all your UEC to buy that exact same calendar.
That's true.
Straight away.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Lisa was just saying buy a ship or sub. Well, if she's been buying lots of ships, she's been gathering up a lot of UEC as well, and she could buy the fish tank. She could buy all the fish that goes in the fish tank. Things like that.
Because, how much of an advantage are you going to have over someone else because you've got 4 different types of fish in your fish tank and they don't have a fish tank? I've got a distinct tactical advantage over this person.
Because one of those fish produces an acid that when it's applied to the bullet rounds that your gun fires, it's going to go straight through every shield in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to punch a hole in the sun.
You're looking at it all wrong. Once you release these fish into space, they become decoys. And the more you have...
It's
space
a third
decoys.
Defense. We've got flares, chaff, and fish.
Flares, chaff, and fish.
And calendars.
Release the fish.
Calendars.
And then they're flying along and all the... And then they I can't see because there's no windscreen wipers on you. And you fly into an asteroid and die.
They basically freeze and turn into massive projectiles.
Ribidoo has a good question that is relevant to what we're talking about. As someone who doesn't currently have access to the game, is there a difference between a subscriber and someone who paid $40 for the ship and game access?
Not really.
No. Basically, we get access to a forum that has some pictures on it, and I will tell you this. This is the major difference. The people on that forum are civil.
Sir. No, there's barely any toxic posts, and people actually support what you say.
When you're on the subscriber forums, it's like heaven. You're like, can talk to people like, hey guys, what do you think about this? They're like, oh, that's not bad. Maybe you could try that. If you go to the main forums, they're like, die in a fire, you fuck. You're like, oh, thanks, I appreciate it, and make sure your mother dies in a fire too.
However, that being said, I also don't post in the subscriber forum. For the same reason that I don't post on RSI at all, is no matter whether I post on RSI or on the sub forum, at the end of the day, I feel like I'm contributing to 2 different communities that I really don't want to be a part of.
Right.
And it's not that I don't like subs, and it's not that I don't like the people who are going to play Star Citizen. It's just that RSI is too toxic, and the sub forum is too elitist to a point.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to hate on anyone. It's just for my taste, I'd rather just ignore the forums altogether and just stay with my friends.
Gatelor says he doesn't buy the fish tank. He really don't care for eye candy stuff, but be happy if the game works well. Well, honestly, that fish tank is one of my major streaming things. So I have to own the fish tank. What were you saying, StarCast? What is this? You're doing gang signs? Are you trying to pick up gang members? What's up? What's up? West Side!
Trent has something to say.
I have 3 points.
Oh,
one,
yes, please.
Right at the end of your fingers.
To address Asta Furia's thing about Core and I being right. What you don't realize is that the little jellyfish in the tank, they're the babies. When they grow up, they start glowing like yellow. They're the same things that come out of the ancient weapon devices in Stargate SG-1. That's what they are.
Oh, very nice. I thought they're like baby aliens, like the suckerfish thing to go in your face.
Yeah, kind of. A little bit, too. There's a really funny YouTube video of a cat biting an octopus that's in a little swimming pool, and it just grabs hold of his face. He starts back. It's really funny. So we'll call that point 2. And point 1 is, what's the next question?
Right at Bod.
Yes. Next question is from F. Mellish. Basically says, during alpha and beta, will losing ships mean I have to buy a new one, real money, or for beta testing purposes, whatever it's spawn on?
It's a holodeck. Yeah. It's literally a holodeck. You get in your ship, you put on your helmet, and all of a sudden, boop, you're wearing an Oculus Rift in the future, and everything you're doing in there feels real, but it's not damaging your ship at all, so nothing happens.
Okay, so that kind of brings up another... in Wingman's Hangar, Sandy mentioned that subscribers get a pilot's badge, like a fly before you buy thing.
Yeah, you can do a flight test.
Yeah, you can fly everything, including the Vandal ship.
Right. So if non-subscribers don't get that, do they have to pay for the ship before they ever get to test it out?
They're going to they'll at least have to have an Aurora, so they're going to be able to fly their Aurora in the game. You're supposed to be able to fly just the ships you own, right, StarCast?
Yeah, I think once it's out, you're supposed to be able to fly the ships you own, but I think the subscriber perk is you can fly any ship that you don't own to trial it.
That's right.
See, but that's I mean, within the bounds of the game, that sounds wrong to me. But
that's only in Arena
forcing someone. Okay, if it's only in Arena Commander, that's different. Okay.
Yeah. It's only in the Commander. It's not out in the PU or anything like that. It's just literally. No. It's just your ability as a subscriber to fly any ship you want when it gets to that point. But then if it gets to that point and you've got a bunch of different ships, you can fly all of them in there anyway. But you won't lose it. It's literally a game inside a game. Gameception.
Yeah, and for those of you saying, just buy sub for a month. No, this is a subscriber perk if you've been sub for a year.
Yeah.
12 months. You have to
12
which
months.
I haven't even been subscribed for a year, so
8 months, so I'll be 4 months by the time they come out with it.
Yeah. I'm just gonna skip ahead again.
Well, there is that one thing. You can subscribe for a year if you really want to play.
You can get a year up front.
Yeah, you can buy the year, which is $240 if you want.
I did that.
Bastard.
No, I did that back in December.
Yeah, back in December.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Oh, no, I did it back in, 8 months ago. Fuck, it's way before September.
But then if you bought the year, then you're okay then. You're already in.
Yeah.
I'll return in 2 quick seconds. Sorry. Talk about me. Talk nasty stuff.
Oh, good. Let's see him stand up. You wearing pants? Oh, he got out of the frame just the right way so we couldn't see his pants.
He's learning to stand up just at the right angle now.
Year of the $20, Malik. So
4.
I don't believe the $10 one gives you much.
6.
Any of you guys know?
7.
It gives almost the exact same perks. It gives the exact same stuff except for the test.
Yeah, Dr. Love 24/7. Yeah, I don't have $240 either.
Yeah, and the $20 ones you get 2 copies of each of the frill items each month, or every 2 months as well, don't you? So you can give one to a friend.
Yeah.
So that's a $5 value there, I guess. If that's what they're going to cost. But we're just going to skip ahead to another question. F. Malik,
go ahead.
Why are we watching a cat being eaten by an octopus? That's my question.
Because it's funny.
It is funny. It's quite distracting. Are we talking about cats and octopus or something?
I did mention it.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. So it fits the show. I apologize. I was like, okay, missed that.
No, he just basically said something else about purchasing real money, and I mean, he mentioned it in a similar way, but I just wanted to answer it regarding the full game. He basically mentioned like paying real money and if the ship blows up. I mean, as far as in the real game is concerned, I mean, in that sort of it's because it seems like I guess he's new. I mean, would that? I guess we should kind of outline how that would work then. I mean, if you pay $75, your ship gets blown up in game. Are you still going to lose it? I mean, you have insurance, so as long as you have insurance, you shouldn't.
Well, if you lose your ship, you lose your ship. You're going to get back another one.
Yeah. See, the thing is, if it gets blown up, it's gone. But if you have this wonderful thing called insurance...
Which you're going to be able to buy. I know that... Don't even mention those three-letter word there. But, no...
What the fuck?
Yeah, WTF. No, not the WTF word. But, you're going to be able to purchase your own insurance. It's just not given to you with the ship. So, if you want to go out and buy, they're going to probably have Geico, the little green guy here. They'll probably have, Allstate, State Farm, all these different insurance places. You can go out and get some nice insurance for your ship. And
it's not going to be expensive. It's going to be extremely affordable. And basically not having insurance is equal to asking to lose your ship for realsies.
For real.
All right, just a real quick update, guys. We are going to be wrapping up in about 15 minutes to do the giveaway, and so we've got to get to more of these questions a little quicker. Everybody in the chat, no, we have not given away the ship yet. We're going to start the giveaway in about 15 minutes, so if you have not been able to get a ticket yet, just type in !ticket 1, and you're entered. Chasers827, please send... StarCast, you want to talk to him, or see if you can help him get that sorted?
Sorry, what?
We're trying to get this thing sorted with the website, so Chasers is having some problems with it.
I'm blocked from being on the Twitch website. Okay.
Well, then how is he here?
Yeah, how is he?
Yeah, wait a second. I thought he was talking about my website. Never mind.
No, he's talking about Twitch, so I can't give you my email. Why is Chasers giving you his email?
I don't know.
It might be talking about trying to sign up on your website.
Maybe. Okay, well... Mal, that is a ship we're giving away tonight. I just put a video link up there, guys. If you want to watch the video, that is the actual ship we're giving away tonight with the scuff and all. So 15 nanoseconds will save you 15% or more on your spacecraft insurance. All right, moving on. Next, so let's start doing a little rapid fire with these questions so we can get through some a little quicker. Stop being so vapid, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, from Zim McCugs.
Zimacugs.
Which would be the best experience to play with a HOTAS system? The Oculus Rift, Track IR, or Track IR with 3 monitors?
I'm going Track IR 3 monitors. Because I've already got it.
It depends on what you want to do, but the Oculus Rift, if you're going for extended sessions, the Oculus Rift will probably not be the weapon of choice here. But if you're going for 1 or 2 dogfights, then it might be good enough for you. But
Track IR with a single monitor is good. That's what I started at first.
Track IR with 3 monitors.
Yes, I have 3 now, but I'm just saying. Does anybody know if we can change the field of view, by the way, just as an offshoot topic thing? I was in my hangar and I had all 3 monitors going, and the 2 side ones were super stretched.
It's definitely possible in the CryEngine, but I'm not sure if it's possible in the game. It's going to depend on whether they make it available, whether they make the console available.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry.
All right, next one.
Okay, from Abrax Games. In a persistent universe, Arena Commander will be a simulation. Do you think it should be possible for you to hack into the simulation and turn things in your favour if you have to write know-how?
What, pull a Kirk? Probably not.
No.
Hacking in the simulation would constitute, because it's the same system as the actual game, would no, don't you wave your finger. It would constitute as actual cheating in the actual game too, because Arena Commander is going to be used for tournaments and stuff like that. So I don't think we should be able to hack into the simulation, even virtual hacking into the simulation.
I can't look on the forum, Cyberwolf. If I go over there, my brain melts.
Yeah.
I guess they said somebody said there's a way to do it with changing the FOV number. Okay. Well, I'll play with that later.
Okay, that's a major.
Brain? You don't need a brain. What are you planning to do with it? Play Eve?
Yeah.
All you need for that is a phone and no, all you need to play Eve is a phone. Just set your skill and walk away.
Yeah.
Go to work.
All right, next question.
Yeah.
Next question. Come on.
Okay, that's a major. What part of Arena Commander are you looking forward to the most? Solo, multi, etc.? Personally, I'm looking forward to the multiplayer, the squad play. I'm looking forward to some squad play. That's what I'm looking forward to.
I want to kill things, lots of things, repeatedly, and get lots of loot.
Murder. Mattered there.
Sorry, I mean...
Yeah, wait a second. You just said some anti-imperial stuff there, Cord.
No, I didn't. Not at all. Because the people I'll be killing will be anti-imperial.
Oh, I see. They're gonna be lamp.
No,
or goons.
Don't you put words in my mouth at all.
I didn't say that.
People, they're all friendly to us. I think.
Can we all get along?
So you're with a gun in your ship?
But I don't even trust you. So come on. Yeah.
I want to try swarm mode, or whatever they've named it, where it's basically just waves and waves of Vandal coming at you. That was always a fun game, especially when they had it in things like Halo and stuff, where it was just wave upon wave upon wave of baddies. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun.
Cypher, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Cypher, just send me that in a message, would you? Because I can't copy it right now.
Acid Fury, it's not about me saving it. I'm not the diplomatic officer. Whatever I say can still be rectified by diplomacy
or redacted.
It's Domo that's putting words in my mouth. So whatever, it's fine.
As long as it's only words, that's okay.
Best name on Twitch ever. Pine Nipple 23. Just gotta say that.
In line with what StarCast was talking about, they need to have the swarm mode. As soon as you activate it, like the little thing goes up, and you fly outside, and you just get this little banner with little streamers and confetti that comes and says, "Welcome to the Tiber system." Shit.
Yep.
All right,
That's
quick
it.
rapid fire. Let's go, guys.
Next.
We're running out of time. We only got
Okay,
5 minutes.
Headless Chook.
Yes.
Do you think the recently announced utility ship...
Skip the long ones.
It's a long question, but it's a simple
yes or
answer.
no? Okay, sure.
Okay.
Do you
Okay, go
think
ahead.
the recent utility ship with Idris will become available for other ships, i.e.
I had this one last week.
Yeah, it was last week, but it wasn't asked.
Oh.
It was one that was
Last
left over after the show.
Okay.
Yes.
We don't know.
Yeah,
We don't know, but I mean...
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
They've already said that they might be able to fit the M50 into the Constellation in place of the Snub Fighter. But again, that's a dev saying, "Yeah, I think we can do this." So I don't know if that's confirmed. Anyway, next one.
All right. What do you guys think of the economy section of the latest Wingman's Hangar episode? Personally, I didn't pay any attention to it because the economy bores me. I just want to shoot shit.
Unfortunately, they've said a lot about economy in the past, and anytime they bring it up now, it's not like they really go in depth on how it'll work. So every time they release tiny bits of information, they never release enough for us to actually use it and build on it or anything like that. So unfortunately.
I found myself watching Rob in the background more than anything because he just seemed like the whole show he was just giggling, just
love Rob.
laughing
He's
about
the
something.
best.
Yeah.
He's great. I love him.
Anyway.
Okay,
Yeah,
from
next.
Data Blue. Chris talks a lot about skill-based combat. How do you then lock on weapons that likely will take skill will be balanced? I suppose he means how do you feel they'll be balanced if they're based on skill?
Well, I would imagine that you have to keep the nose of your ship somewhere near your targeting reticule in order for it to lock on.
Yeah.
If this guy is
And
weaving all over the place.
It'll take a certain amount of time depending on the warhead that you have. Maybe if you have a very light warhead, it'll lock on quicker or it'll fly faster. Or we've talked about the different loadouts for missiles and stuff like that. And depending on which one you've got, it'll depend on your playstyle. And some ships might take forever to lock onto because they're so tiny or they have a scrambler. And that's how your skill-based shit is going to fit in. If you cannot hold your target reticle over the target, game over.
When I was playing the dogfight module at PAX, it was a bit wonky, to be quite honest with you, the lock-on. But I think they're going to speed it up because it was like you held a button and it seemed like I had to do the animation first, the little little pieces, and then it locked on. So I don't know.
Maybe it's still a placeholder that they've got,
It
but we don't know
probably
what
is.
they're actually going to roll out with.
Okay, moving on.
Next. Yep.
Okay, from B0 Net TV. What's your opinion on hibernation mode, especially the part about needing a sleeping section? Will Hornet and other non-bed ship pilots be at a disadvantage?
Maybe the whole cockpit becomes like a hibernation thing.
Kind of like in Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah.
Okay, so from Kimball, this is for you, Domo. Will you name your ship Felicia Day, and will you let your friends enter inside her?
Yes, I will name a ship Felicia Day, and I will enter her often. And she'll be clean inside.
Mm-hmm. It's like a party inside her, and everybody's coming.
Yeah, everyone can come over, and I'll actually be able to put my load in the ship and take my load out of the ship.
It's got to be a freelancer or a Connie that's got a front and rear door.
Yeah.
I can answer a question real quick. Damn, still not friends. If you have not already bought a joystick, wait for dogfighting to come out and then buy one if you want, because it's right around the corner.
Yep. All right, moving on. Sorry.
Okay, from Night One Kai, how do you feel about having ship animation cutscenes, especially in battle?
I don't need them. Hopefully you can turn them off.
Yeah, we've kind of covered that again with the possibility of being able to speed up the animations so that they're not so laborious and slow. But we're yet to see exactly what SIG are going to do in order to make them relevant in combat. So,
okay, moving on.
How will we handle people playing Arena Commander who have to drop out of the game because their ship was bumped off of fast travel and they have to fight off pirates?
What?
What's in the
Arena Commander?
There will be no fast
pilots.
travel.
No, yeah.
It's an arena. It's just a map where
it's like
ships are present.
Tiny.
Like Alterac Valley. You fly around that one area and that's it.
Yeah, there's no traveling from one point to another.
Yeah, it's just that. You load in and you're there.
Yep.
Kron Rossman said, I think the Felicia Day topic was a new high or low. I'm not sure yet. That's the whole point.
Wait to see.
Okay.
I just realized we're simulcasting this on the base radio, and she listens to that show.
That's
and so
okay.
I'm screwed now. She's going to come after me with the lawyers again.
She's going to come after you, and then she's going to find out about your donkey.
Oh,
my ass, my nice white ass.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, moving on.
All right, question. Have the people that have got the that have got the $20 sub, have they considered raffling off to test pilot tokens? Do we know if they're going to be tied to an account?
I think they're tied to your
account.
It would make sense that they would be, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'd say so.
I mean, I wouldn't raffle off my entire account just to give another person a chance to test something.
I'm not sure if anyone here actually ordered one, but the last question I got is, did anyone receive their printed jump point year one yet?
No, I'm not a 1 year.
I guess it means a hardback book.
Yeah, I think this is yeah.
It might take a while. Sometimes they ship really early, and sometimes they just. It took forever to get my jumper. Let's put it
2 minutes.
Yep.
That's it. Questions on.
That's it.
That's it.
Perfect. Okay. Awesome. All right.
0 minutes.
0 minutes. All right. Is everybody ready to give away this ship? You guys ready for this ship? Real quick. Remember this week we're doing the What's a Public giveaway. All you got to do is type in !ticket !1. The only requirement is you hit the follow button. That's it. Yes. Next week we're giving away. Yes, and do it now before we give the giveaway away. That's why I'm doing this little spiel. It gives you guys a chance to do this one last bit. Next week we're giving away a freelancer from Clifford, aka Miku, who has donated them, and it's to be a subscriber only giveaway. And then the following week, the Constellation, which will be also a subscriber only giveaway. You guys have a couple weeks to subscribe if you want. If not, we still do a lot of other giveaways throughout the weeks and stuff, so you're not missing out on much with those two if you don't want to subscribe.
So, for those of you who have not got your tickets in, do it. I have the command ready to go.
StarCast has it locked and loaded.
The minute Domo says to blow it, I'm going to do it.
You have 1 minute. At 8:45, we will shoot the ship out of the hangar. And one last thing. Remember, if you're going to be winning this for somebody else, like a family member or friend, get their email address for Star Citizen and send that to me instead. And there's no rush. Yes. You can send it tomorrow, the next day. It's fine. There's not a huge rush to get this thing out. So if you need a couple of days to kind of just write back and say, hey, Domo, I won. I'm getting you the email address to send it to tomorrow, and that's fine. There's no rush. It's not like one of those things where a lot of other streamers you see you have to claim it within 30 seconds. It's not like that. Basically, when he rolls, you win, you won it. If you don't claim it in a couple of weeks, then we start wondering. But yeah, it would be nice if you said you were here in chat, just so we know that you're here.
HacksDB Head has just mentioned in chat that clarification on that question about being bumped out of the Arena Commander and all that sort of stuff. They say that they intend on playing Arena Commander to pass time during fast travel on trading runs. You won't be able to do that because you'll have to be in your hangar to launch the Arena Commander. Right. So
yes,
so it's as simple as that. You won't be.
I'm sorry, I did type it, but yeah, it's exactly like StarCast says. Yeah,
chat is broken again.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's all over the place.
Everybody say something in chat so we know that it's still working because we're going to do this giveaway.
So we know that it's
Yeah. No.
Remember, Hacks, the entire game is about total immersion, so your character is who you will be all of the time. So if you're inside a simulation, you're inside a simulation. You're sitting in a pod that is simulating you being in a simulation. You won't be in your ship at that time. Because who would fly your ship whilst you're flying a completely different ship whilst being in a simulation? It's like trying to drive your car and fly your plane whilst playing Star Citizen, whilst driving your car all at the same time.
Well, because in the framework of his question, you would be fast traveling. The computer would be doing all of that. Your hands off at that point.
Chat is not moving at all, and this isn't the chat plugin. This is
just chat, Twitch chat in general.
It's like frozen.
Where can we check our Domo coins these days?
You can do it here and also on the site, but the site's kind of gorked at the moment.
No, it's not coming through on the chat.
Not just that, it's
I'm
the
not
chat
seeing...
itself is not moving. Like Twitch chat's not working.
I'm gonna put it in slow mode.
No, just give the ship to me. I'll take it.
We do have another way to do this if it's broken, because right now my modbot says it is attempting to connect and it can't. So that means the chat itself is down. We have another way to do this. Remember, it was a public drawing, so basically everyone still has the way to get in. We're gonna do it with Twitter. That's the only way we can do this. We're gonna do a tweeter. We're going to do a Twitter giveaway because apparently the chat is busted here, and Modbot has probably lost all of the coins that everybody bought. So,
which means you still have that coin. It's just not accounted for them. Don't go skitzing out that you've lost coins. It's just not even going to think that you've even put a coin down.
Did you guys refresh and see if it picked it back up? Because it looks like.
Hang on. Well, okay, hang on.
No, I'm seeing people typing in chat.
Oh, now it's going.
I was going to tempt fate and ask people to check their Domo coins just to spam the chat.
It's going now. Worked. Hold on, it's working now. Hold on.
You're just going to get a clock back in the chat.
All right, hold on. Let's see if Modbot is connected.
Just wait. We'll wait.
While we're doing,
there it goes. Okay, it's connected. All right, everybody. Unfortunately, you're all going to have to buy your ticket again. You got your coin back. Well, the chat crashed. It literally.
Does that mean I have to open it again?
Yeah, you'll have to open the raffle again. We're all stop, everybody. It's working again. Okay, go ahead go ahead and start the thing up again. You didn't lose all your monies. It was one coin. Don't worry about it. I'll give everybody a coin back at the end. It's not a big deal.
All right, wait.
Relax.
Pineapple, you blew your load too quick. Wait. All right, I've opened it. Wait for it to say that it's open, and it'll tell me if there's a raffle. Okay,
raffle is open.
There you go.
Everybody go ahead. You can buy one ticket for one coin. One ticket for one coin. Yes, go ahead, John.
While everybody is buying their ticket.
Yes, sir.
I have something, and this is a challenge that goes out to the whole community. Mm-hmm. When the dogfighting module comes out, this is what I want to see. I want to see 2 flights of maybe between 3 and 5, and I want them to put on a Blue Angel show, but call it the Black Angels. And I want them to do all kinds of really cool, near pass, spatial acrobatic kind of flying stuff. That's what I want to see.
Is that a challenge?
Yes, that is a challenge.
And you're going to give away an Aurora.
I am going to give sloppy dog kisses to whoever.
Yes.
Wins.
Oh, Jesus, I'm in. Love
If
me
I
some
win,
sloppy
can I
dog
give
kisses.
the sloppy dog kisses to someone else?
You can give them.
No,
give them to me.
I don't want them myself, but could I trade them?
Could you trade them?
Could I
There's-
barter these goods in the PU?
There's an exchange, rate thing. It depends.
Because if I went in and I figured there's someone I know that would want the sloppy dog kisses more, could I give you their name to jump instead? Or kiss?
If your name,
Don't give
when you type in Domo coins and your name does not have a bracket with a number 1 in it, you do not have a ticket. So make sure you type in !ticket space 1.
Yep. And only one, because if you type any other number, you will not be entered into the draw. It'll
Right.
just disregard your entry. It must
Yeah.
only be one.
Typing in 500 will not get you 500 tickets. It gets you 500.
Yeah, Joy Glad,
nothing.
like bang ticket 90,000 does nothing.
Yes.
Even if you had that many coins, which you do not, it would not mean a thing.
Yes. We'll give you guys a few more minutes just because the chat completely crashed. It wasn't on our end. It was Twitch. It was just
It was
stopped.
Twitch, unfortunately.
On you, Twitch!
Yes.
Also, it won't tell me my Domo coins.
It probably
It
did, but
should-
it goes by so fast. You gotta.
No, because it would
Yeah.
highlight my name and it would show up red on my
Oh,
better
good point,
Twitch
yeah.
TV thing, but it's just not doing it.
It's getting hammered pretty
Oh,
hard right
this-
now. So
Just slow your roll. Cool your boots.
I've only asked 17 times already.
it hates you, Core.
Oh, getting back to the thing about the guy asking, 44 million is enough, and
yeah.
the subscribers are getting everything, and blah, blah, blah. One of the people who responded said, "Calm thine tits." I was like, "Oh my god,
Yes.
there we go."
Your tits, let them be calm.
Are you having droid sex again?
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
Wow, chicka, waka, chicka, waka, chicka, waka, chicka.
Bow, wow. Bow, bow, bow.
What is my org name again? DIES. It's Domo's Involuntary Economic Services.
There's a thing.
The thing?
Nice. Yeah, I made a.
Oh,
command
you're going to
for it.
confuse the fuck out of it. You know that, right?
I made a command for dies. It's
Oh,
just
there you
it's just exclamation dies lowercase, and it'll bring up your link to anyone who wishes to be a part of the involuntary economic services.
Clam your tits. That's even better, Cyphera. All right. Chat was cleared by a moderator prevented by Better TV. The hell was that?
What happened?
I don't know. Some weird thing just popped up there.
Yeah, I seen it.
We are closing the raffle in 3 minutes, everybody, at 8:55. Well, 55 my time. 5 minutes before the end of the hour, we're going to do the giveaway. Okay, so you have 3 minutes to get your coins in, and then we're moving on. We'll be wrapping up for the night. So, what do you guys have planned for this week? Anything exciting?
Oh, I'm sorry. That message that popped up, that was my fault. But I had already set it so that it can't clear the chat, which is why it also says prevented by. So I'm sorry for that.
Core.
No.
Scaring me.
I had already set it up so it would never do that.
I know.
When
It's all right.
I did already fixed it.
I'm probably going to try to stream something tomorrow.
Are
I'm
you?
not
What are you
sure
playing?
what. I don't know yet.
Something that'll work.
Why don't you play
Yeah.
Outlast?
Because I don't like Outlast.
You
I
don't
like
to be
watching
scared?
people play
You liked
Outlast,
watching
but
me play and scream. Like
I
a
love
girl.
watching. That was hysterical.
I guess everyone loved it. It was fun. It was really a lot of fun. And next week we're going to do
There you go, Core.
the ad. Oh, there you go.
But you're not entered into the raffle yet. You.
Oh no, I don't need to be. I just wanted to.
We're going to.
My two favorite parts of that were when I was, just rubbing my hands, and you were like, "Are you rubbing your hands? Oh my god, was that you?"
Was that you?
And I was dead serious because I heard it in my headphones. I'm like, okay.
And that was completely unintentional. But when I went,
Yeah.
that was on purpose. You were like, "Are you stretching that?"
Yeah, it's so amazing that you get so tuned into that game to every little sound and everything. You're like, and wearing headphones makes it even worse.
Yeah.
So
But no,
I'm
it's
seeing a lot
it's
of
really
people-
not my kind of game.
I'm seeing a lot of people chat about that they're finally getting back into chat. So for those who are finally back into chat, get your tickets in now. Quickly, you've got about a minute left.
Yep.
Ticket space exclamation ticket
Wait,
space one.
wait. Ah!
And boom
goes the dynamite.
Whoa!
Cyphera, thank you for subscribing. Awesome.
Welcome, Cyphera.
Ooh, sexy. Domo, don't do Outlast Whistleblower. It's totally sick, and you'll be screaming more. No, that's fine. No, I have a great time having cardiac arrest on camera. Seriously, before I started playing, I took a couple of aspirin, just in case. I figured if I have a heart attack...
Just in the blood.
In the blood, just a little bit might help a little.
A couple of times, especially when you'd come around a corner and Fatty was right there in your face, I jumped a bit because he'd be like, and you'd be like, oh my fucking god damn it.
And then, of course, I had every time somebody followed or screamed, or every time somebody followed, they screamed, and also when they subscribed, they screamed.
That was great. Here's
the fucked up part. I went later on and checked my email, and I have a thing where I filter all my things, so because I've got so many different things. I got YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all that stuff, and I filtered it by Twitter or Twitch, and I had 852 follows, and they weren't. There was not 850 followers. It was everybody just kept unfollowing and following over and over again. Just it would spam
just to
me.
try to scare you, man.
Yeah.
Lumibox, it's a one ticket raffle. Lumibox, it's one ticket. So you didn't get any tickets when you just did that 52.
What was the name you gave to the guys whose cocks were hanging out?
The Schmeckle Boys.
The Schmeckle Brothers.
The Schmeckle and
Impex! We just got a combo. Thank you, Impex.
Nice. Well done.
Welcome whoever it was that, remember I said somebody was going to make an account just for that, and then they were going to wait and subscribe at just the right time, or follow it just the right time.
It said the Schmeckle brother followed you, or whatever the hell.
Yeah. Oh,
yes.
That was awesome.
That little counter there on the screen is the sub-train counter, everybody. So
Nice.
All right.
For those of you wondering where I am, I'm currently taking some time off and reevaluate. No, I'll be back as soon as I have something decent.
Yeah, what have you been streaming lately, Cor?
Not actually all that much. I've actually taken a step back. I have decided to take this time to invest in the future of my streaming, and I'm trying to get everything in order, trying to get everything right to, a level where I want to be at. I'm going to set some goals for myself, and as soon as I start streaming again, you guys will hear about it. It'll be a thing, and hopefully it'll get the ball rolling on where I want it to go.
Nice.
Cool.
So that's why I'm taking a little bit of time to myself. And it's my birthday, so,
Yeah,
It is
it's
your
his birthday. Back off, motherfuckers. Jesus Christ.
Stock
Make
is
sure you lick
playing.
your hand before you smack its ass.
But for those of you who do enjoy my stream, I will be back better than ever soon.
Cool.
Very
All right.
good.
We ready to do this?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, let's close it up, everybody. And then Stockus, you can tell us about your stuff, and Darren can tell us about his stuff, and then we'll take off. All right, so go ahead. Here we go, everybody. Good luck. Hope you win it.
Right.
Remember, the email address you're going to send to me on Twitch is going to be the one for the person you want it to go to, whether that's yourself or a family member or a relative or your dog.
All
Here
right.
we go.
Raffle's done. It's closed.
Raffle is closed.
It's closed.
Total of 120 tickets were purchased.
Come on, guys.
And the winner
The
is...
winner is...
Do you guys not see it?
Zimmerkugs.
Zimmergoods. Congrats, Zim. You've won yourself an Aurora package.
Good on you, Zim.
Good on you, Zim.
Alright, the chat completely screwed me up because I already saw it and I was looking at what are you guys looking for?
Oh, you saw it ahead of ours?
All right. So...
Zim, just say hi in chat so that we know you're here, and then
Yep.
we'll...
Zim!
While we're doing that, what have you been playing, bud?
I've been playing a little bit of everything this week. I started streaming a bit more. You talking about Outlast, I have actually been planning on playing the DLC this evening.
Oh, good. You should do that.
Whistleblower?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to get that for
Remember
next
to
week.
set the follower thing to screaming.
It's great.
Screaming.
If
It's a
you
lot
have
of
not
fun.
already set up your Twitch alerts, do it.
All right.
Stackers picked
Oh,
out a
there's Zim.
stream.
Okay,
and it's
Zim's
set up
here.
already.
Great, congratulations, Zim. Just send me a note with your RSI email that you want the thing to go to.
Or the applicable email address for a Star Citizen account you wish the ship to be sent to.
Attributed.
Yep.
Yes. Please do it now, or I punch you in the place.
He doesn't have to do it now. If he wants to take some time to get it.
Whenever he's ready.
Yeah.
Just acknowledge that you understand.
So
Please.
who are we?
Who are we? I don't know.
Who are we?
Trendane, tell us about your channel.
What? Oh, right. I am in the next position because I'm
Yes.
not where I usually am.
Yeah, stock is
I
down there somewhere.
am trending everywhere. And apparently now I'm on the base, which I will be on tomorrow with DJ Beer. And that's Relative my time, it's like 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock p.m., and that's GMT minus 7, so it's whatever that is. And I am starting to stream on, what is this thing we're on? Twitch.
Yes.
Twitch.
More often, and you can find me on the YouTubes, and if you're on the RSI forums, you can find my Galactic Guide narrations on the forums under Galactic Guides. My voice is my art.
Worthwhile, definitely.
And Twitter. I'm also on the Twitter.
Zim, you can send it to either me at geek@geekdomo.com, or you can send it here on Twitch. Doesn't matter, either one. All right. Next up, Mr. Bod.
I can be found just bod699 everywhere. I'm trying to remember. Okay.
Is not working?
I couldn't remember if I was set with a 699 or not.
Yeah,
I've started streaming a lot more. I think I streamed 5 nights in the last week, but I was just planning on doing some whistleblower in about 10 minutes after the show.
And don't forget, we're also doing your new foray into Borderlands 2.
Oh, yes, we started doing some Borderlands 2 from a noob, because I've never played it before.
Yes,
Playing
excellent.
that with Stackers leveling up a tune.
Mr. Stackers, go.
Yes, I'm Sergeant Stackers. You can follow me on Twitter at Sergeant Stackers, also here on Twitch at channel Sergeant Stackers. Basically, I'm going to be helping Bod with his playthroughs of Borderlands 2. I'm probably going to try and start streaming some more zombie-orientated games soon.
Yes.
In lieu of the
Get some Outlast.
H1Z1.
You played Outlast yet?
No.
Get it now on Steam's $4. Get it.
They're not my kind of games.
Yeah, you like
I
the
like
jump.
watching them. I like watching them. I don't like.
Yeah, everyone says
like
chicken
watching-
shit. Come on, I'm the oldest guy. And you guys
We
are
like watching Geekdomo torture himself.
If I haven't got a weapon or something like that, it doesn't appeal to me. If I haven't got a chance to defend myself, I know it's all about running away.
You could
I know it's all
poke
about
him in
running
the
away
eye
and
with that
stuff.
stubby bone that you got left
Yeah.
in your hand afterwards.
I like shooting people. So yes, and also we're all members of the Bearded Warriors, so you can follow us also at !beard. I think
Now,
if I can get it up.
unfortunately, guys, the Twitch took away the follow all button, which
I noticed
really,
that.
really sucks.
I don't know what's going on there.
Why did they
But I
do
mean, you
that?
can still go there and follow us
Yeah,
individually.
you still click the buttons individually, but
Did you
So do
send
that.
angry mails to Twitch?
no, it wasn't just us. Every team they got rid of the follow all button.
Did they explain that somewhere?
No,
Sorry.
Chicken Little.
I'm going to go with because they're dicks.
dicks.
Well, they
They're
are.
dickholes. All right,
Yeah.
Core, tell us about
All
your
right.
stuff.
All right, well, I'm the Core of Existence. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Core of Existence. I've got a YouTube, got a Twitter, got a Twitch. I'm mostly Twitch. I'm trying to do more with my YouTube, but right now I'm taking some time out because we've got DFM coming up, we've got Watch Dogs coming up, we've got H1Z1 coming up, and in lieu of those 3 games, I want to get my channel set up properly. I want to get my green screen up. I want to have everything up and running the way that I want it to work. I want to have all my streaming software working properly. And basically, that's what I'm investing most of my time in right now, to get that all sorted out and sort of take a tiny little break, because as soon as one of these 3 games is going to drop,
It's gonna get big.
it's going to eat up all of my fucking time.
All
And
the
then-
streams.
My wife will be very sad that she's alone.
You should get her to play.
Serious, Rachel.
You should get her in and get her playing.
her.
All right, I'll handle that there, Rico's thing there in just a second, Darren. All right, yep, real quick. I'm Geekdomo. Everywhere you guys are, you can follow me everywhere. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, everything's Geekdomo. Been playing a lot of like crazy games. I think tomorrow I'm going to be playing Landmark. We're going to go back to Landmark. It looks like it's stable now, and I guess I can go back. So probably be playing that in the morning, and then tomorrow night we have our Into the Portal podcast. Saturday and Sunday, not sure what I'm going to play, but something I'm sure. Thank you so much for all the new followers tonight, all the new subscribers. We will be giving away the Freelancer next week, subscriber only, and the following week is going to be the Constellation, so look forward to that. This will be available on my channel and everybody else's channel here if they would like to upload it to their channel. And before we go, DJ Rowe will be on the air on the bass right after us. So if you guys want to listen to the bass, could somebody put the bass?
I've just
it's right
radio.
here.
Radio
on top of it.
StarCitizenBase.com.
Thank you so
And
much.
for the future, if you cannot attend the stream for a browser reason or whatsoever, you can always listen to us simulcasted on the base.
On the base.
So you won't miss out.
Yep.
Do you guys know if H1Z1 will be Mac compatible? At this moment, I don't know. Probably not. I think it's mostly PC, but don't know. So thanks, everybody. Good night. Thanks a lot, and it was really fun. We had a good show. So we'll see you all next week in the verse.
In your voice.
Yeah, in the verse.
Careless.
In the universes.